Hey guys, so this is the first video that I'm filming for this new channel of mine. I don't know if it will appear first on the new channel or not. There's going to be a bunch of different stuff appearing. I've got stuff arriving in the mail from all kinds of different countries. But yeah, this is the first one that I'm doing of an actual, I'm going to build something project, which is going to be one section of this channel, hopefully. Might go off and into its own channel. Who knows, really. Sorry about the shocking kind of setup here. I'm just using the one that I use for gaming and stuff like that as well, which is a different channel over on Mologram. You can check it out. I'll put it up in this corner or this corner. Or I won't do either of those things because I forget how to do it because it's been so long. Either way, okay, the project we're going to be working on today, not actually working on, but at least I'll give you a summary of it. We'll do some stuff later on. This is the general outline. This is a penlight. Now, I've been in Japan for a little while recently and got into going to all kinds of interesting events.
Yeah. Listen to any song and then you feel good.
This is used when you go to a concert. Lots of, not every concert, but lots of concerts there, you use this, which is, it changes color. It's just a small little thing. Changes to many different colors generally depending on who you're there to support. This is just a generic one, so it just changes between the preset colors, but it does also, let me turn it off so it doesn't blind the camera, this one can be programmed via infrared. Unfortunately, I think mine's broken. You have a little thing like this, little audio jack that plugs into your phone or your tablet or whatever, and then this little infrared light here goes on here, and then it's meant to use the sound output to flash the little light, and it doesn't work. I don't know whether this is broken, but I've tried it on lots of devices and it doesn't work. It doesn't matter, you can program this using these couple of little buttons on the bottom and then some kind of secret code. But I enjoy these. They're good fun. I used my first one exactly a year ago today, actually. From filming this anyway, not from releasing. It'll probably take me a while to get everything together. I used my first one screaming at a fake girl that doesn't exist. Hatsune Miku, I went to Snow Miku 2018. It was good fun, but so her color is green. Well, the batteries in this one are pretty shocking, but you have the different colors for the different characters, etc. There's light coming from my lights that's going to kind of interfere with this one because it's so weak. But yeah, so you can scream at fake girls on stage, or you can scream at real girls on stage. I went to another concert. Yeah, I did. I went to too many. But anyway, so what I wanted to do was make one of these a little bit more complicated. I don't know if I'm going to get it in the same form factor as this, but I decided to go and buy something from China. Let me unpack it first because it's very loud. I'm sorry about that. And it's got more crinkly packaging inside of it. Anything else important in here? No, fuck that. Okay, more crinkly packaging. Why? How? Okay. Okay, crinkly packaging going. So this is a Chinese copy. Not fantastically as close as I had imagined to the middle. In fact, it's very different from the pictures of what I ordered on AliExpress. It's got a tab in it, but I don't think it's got batteries in it. I don't actually have a screwdriver in here because I thought it was not going to need one. So I'm going to use the side of a Swiss Army knife, which works not very well, but let's just get this open and have a little squeeze inside it. The pull tab makes me think it's got batteries, but I don't. It does have batteries. They are almost nothing. Is there only 2 of them? No, there is 3 of them. So they weigh almost nothing compared to a regular battery. Regular Energizer battery versus generic alkaline battery. But it does have batteries in there. It does take 3 batteries like the normal one. It's 0% something, and I thought that one said 70%, but it doesn't. It says 0% also, and a reflection. So let's see if this thing actually works. It's also meant to have more features than these. These change colors. I can set custom colors in a different way, etc., etc. But this apparently has flashing modes and stuff. I don't know how it works. God, it's not very... Should be right. Does it need a screw? No, it doesn't need a screw. Okay. It's like a 1 button as well. So, like... It's too bright. You can't even see it. It's all white. Everything is white. There we go. You can kind of see that. As opposed to this one, which, again, it's too bright. It's not going to work. But this one has 2 buttons on the bottom of it, so you can change between colors. This one has only 1. So, how's it flashing now? It wasn't flashing before. Oh! Okay, so you just scroll through and it does its different things, I guess. So you've got solid colors. And then it goes to flashing? Okay, then it goes through and flashing. And there was another one. Ooh. Do you fade the one color? Oh no, you fade each color. Okay, so it's interesting. I mean, it's got, you can't really see because of this, it's got like light bleed through here, etc., etc. I don't even know if this, do I hold this to turn it off? No, I don't. I don't know how this works. Let's figure it out. Okay, it's off. So, oh god. No, it works in the same way. So this little bit here screws off. Different thread. Same kind of halation stuff. So you've got a slightly frosted tube on this one, as opposed to a clear tube on the other one. Not really frosted, just not very clear. And then you have this, which is a light spreader. This one has been folded rather than anything like actually done well, but put that back in there. So that just helps with this spreading of the light inside the unit, makes it a little bit more even, a little bit more nice, and it kind of sparkles, which makes it pretty. So this one has a very, oh my fucking god. Okay, this one's a lot brighter because it doesn't actually spread the light around. So you can see it's like it's a spot, a stupidly bright spot. There's a little, this battery cover's annoying me. Let's turn off. Come on, fine. Take the battery out, that'll turn it off. Okay, so in here, can't see, there we go. So in here is your little LED. This one's sunk all the way in. There's nothing to actually spread the light around. Just looks like a standard RGB, maybe RGBW. I mean, it's not even aligned in there properly. It's really, everything moves around in there too. It's pretty shonky. It's seriously shonky. But I mean, I'm likely just going to use the housing for this anyway. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to power it without plugging it in. Things like, it makes noise too. It's not what you want when you're flailing it around. As opposed to this, you've got, I'm pretty sure this is made in China anyway. This is the King blade. So this is the premium, if you will, blade. It's much nicer build quality. Same kind of thing. You've got this light spreader, this I don't know, halation, I guess. Who knows? And then in here, same kind of thing, soft drink attachment. And then this, the LED in this one, sorry, it doesn't focus very well at any range, or it just wants to focus on my face instead. But the LED in this one is kind of behind like a plastic. There is a reflector of sorts in there, but then it also disperses the light too, so that when it's on, again, it's very bright, but see, it's not going to shine on the light wall behind me. Yeah, okay, so see, but now I want the other one to compare, and I've just thrown the battery away because I'm an idiot. Bear with me a second. The other one, Mr. China, it's very, you can see the light there behind me, hopefully. What's the fuck? My head's in the way, okay. Sorry about my head, but you see that light there compared to this light here, which is much more spread out. So you can almost barely see it on the wall if I go over this way. It's okay, but that one's clearly not as good. So the LED unit, I won't be using the LED unit from this one anyway, but hopefully I'll be able to... Battery comes out on its own. Look at that. You just shake it hard enough. I've got some more on the way. We'll see what goes on there. But basically, the idea is to gut this thing here and then squeeze a couple of different things in there depending on what's going to actually work. For doing some testing and basic sound controlled things with no voice recognition, we're going to use a Arduino. Simple, but you can't run any... You can do basic... you know, like listen to a sound and increase the intensity or color of an LED based on what sound it's receiving, but it doesn't have the smarts to recognize the sound, which is what I want to do with the Raspberry Pi. Obviously, that's not going to fit in that. I've got a Raspberry Pi Zero on the way, 0W, so I can have it wireless and talking to the internet, because that's going to be faster than using the Jasper system that I can do speech recognition offline. It's just not quite fast enough for what I want. But the idea behind this is going to be that you can have a glow stick that reacts to either the music you're listening to or what you say. So if you wanted to change color to a particular thing, you can just say a person's name, like Yoshko here. Or Johanne. So if I was to shout her name, then this would change color accordingly. That's the plan anyway. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm terrible when it comes to coding. So I basically, it's like, you don't steal one person's homework. You don't copy one person's homework. You copy a bit of someone's homework, a bit of someone else's homework, and you Frankenstein it together and you make it work. That's what I generally do for my projects. So I'll probably end up having to do the same thing for the first couple, but I've been toying around with some voice recognition software because I've got some really cool ideas for just kind of random things that shouldn't really need to be voice controlled, but I thought would be fun to be voice controlled. So yeah, the Raspberry Pi, now that they have the new 3B Plus version and the new 0W that allows small projects to be wireless without having extra hats and things like that. So it should be fun, but I also haven't toyed. I've toyed around with Arduino a little bit, but I've barely toyed around with Raspberry Pi beyond a couple of little things. So yeah, when my parts all arrive, we can get a little bit more down into it. I'll also start doing the software, things like that. Just run through the basics of how to do it. Run through the basics of how to do it because I'm not sure myself. This project may end up changing down the way, or it may end up not. Who knows? But in the end, hopefully we'll have something that works. So yeah, until next time, until I have some more parts rock up and get a little bit more nitty-gritty into it, yeah, we'll see how we go. Anyway, guys, stick around.